Sometimes you think that okay, this is a particular job role I'm going to give interview for, and you prepared according to that, but it was something else. The job role was something else and you did not understand it properly. Hi everyone, welcome to my chat box. This is Vaishnavi Srivastav, and today I'm going to cover a topic which many of you might be able to relate to, that is facing rejections in interviews. So earlier, whenever I was not able to clear any interview, it used to affect me a lot, both mentally and emotionally. And a lot of times it happens that our interview went well according to us, but our name was not there in the final list. So it is very disheartening, but trust me, you're not alone. And in this video, I'll be breaking down the reasons why people are unable to crack a particular interview, and how can they improve, how can they work on it, and most importantly, how to stay resilient and bounce back stronger. So without any further delay, let's start the video. Okay, so now I'll be covering the reasons why people are unable to crack interviews. So the very first and the very basic reason is lack of preparation and misunderstanding of the job role. A lot of times it happens that you were not able to prepare properly, or you prepared according to you, you felt that yes, I'm well prepared, but on the day of the interview, when you were asked questions, maybe you were not able to answer them properly, or whatever you answered, it was not much acceptable to the interviewer. So lack of preparation is the most important reason. And then misunderstanding of the job role. So what happens, sometimes you think that okay, this is a particular job role I'm going to give interview for, and you prepared according to that, but it was something else. The job role was something else and you did not understand it properly. So this is one of the reasons. The second reason is lack of confidence and anxiety. A lot of times it happens that you're very anxious for the interview, or maybe you are a confident person, but that day you did not portray yourself that way, or you are not a confident person at all. And no matter how good you are at things, if you are not confident about yourself, about your knowledge, then it gets portrayed in the interviews, and then it finally affects your performance. So this is the second reason. The third reason is ineffective answers. Whatever you are answering, if it is very generic, if it is not giving details of the things, and you're just gassing around and your answers are very unstructured, then this is another reason of the rejection, because you need to know the things in and out, and you just cannot give generic or unstructured answers. So practice and avoid giving ineffective answers. So this is another reason. The fourth reason is lack of communication skills and body language. So no matter how much you know about things, if you're not able to communicate it properly, the person will not understand if you're good at it or if you're not. And also these days communication skills are very important. So this, a lot of times this becomes a reason why people are rejected, because they're not able to express themselves properly. And also your body language is also an important factor. Your gestures, your postures, how are you communicating non-verbally, it becomes very important. So this is another reason why people fail in interviews. Another reason is cultural or behavioral alignment with the organization. So recruiters or interviewers, when they are talking to you, the kind of personality you are portraying, your overall behavior, the kind of answers you have, the kind of perspectives you have for a particular problem or a situation, on that basis they try to figure out if you are fitting to the culture of the organization or not. And if there's a gap, then it becomes another reason for your rejection. So maybe you're very good, you know the things, but you might get rejected just because there's a gap, and you're not aligning with the culture of the organization. So this is another reason. And another very important reason is that a lot of times people are looking for a particular kind of a person for a particular role. Even if you are very good at things, you know the things very well, you have good communication skills, you portray a good personality, but you're not a kind of person they are looking for. So you don't have to doubt yourself, your knowledge on that, because a lot of times we start thinking that okay, maybe I am not good. No, you are good, you might be good, but it's just that you are not the kind of person they are looking for. So this becomes another reason for people's rejection. Now, how to improve yourself and how to work on the things. So I'll give you the very important and basic things that you have to study about, and uh, those are mandatory to study to crack an interview. Specifically, if I talk about the uh, MBA summer internships or MBA final placements, so you can just grab a notebook and I'll let you know, so you can note down the important things if you feel. So the very first thing is, we'll start from the your graduation. You need to know about the course basics. So for example, you have done your graduation in mechanical engineering or commerce or maybe architecture or anything. You need to know the basic things about the course, so that if they ask something, you are not blank completely, or you can just recall the things whatever you have studied earlier. Then second thing is, any training, internship or workshop that you had attended during your graduation, you should be aware of it. Whatever you learned from there, whatever maybe it is getting implied anywhere, you need to know. Many people might have done some additional course on, for example, Java, Python or anything else, so you need to know about it. They might ask questions from there if you mention that. And coming to the work ex part, if you have work experience, you need to know about your work, the projects that you were working on. You need to know about your client, about their company, and the company you were working in, so you need to about that as well, know about that as well. And any certifications or trainings that you did at that time. For example, I did a certification on Microsoft Azure. So in an interview last year, they asked me about cloud computing, a software platform and infrastructure as a service, and a few other things around that. So they can ask basic or related questions on any certification or training that you have done. So be prepared with it. And be prepared with some situations. For example, they can ask that in your office, tell us about any situation where there was a conflict and you handled that. So think about something on those lines. And maybe they might ask any situation where you portrayed leadership skills. So just keep few things in mind so that you can speak during your interview. Now coming to the post graduation part, so minimum 2 subjects you need to be prepared with. Then any subject that is related to the job role that you're applying for, you need to be prepared with that. Then if you're setting for your final placements, then you should be well versed with your summer internships. Many questions will be asked around that. Whatever you worked on, whatever you learned from there, you should be ready with that. And then any certification, any workshop or any other training that you have done till now, so you should be ready with that as well, and you can mention that in your interviews. And then coming to the company that you are applying for, so you need to know about the company. You need to know about the job role that you're applying for. Then any latest news about that organization, any initiatives or important projects that they are working on, and any CSR activity that they are involved in. So all these things you should be prepared with. And apart from this, achievements, definitely you need to be prepared, and you should mention that during your interview. For example, if you got any award in your office, so you can tell that why did you get that award. For example, star of the month or on the spot award or any other award. So what was the special work that you did that made you earn that award. So this could be an important thing. Then any leadership positions that you had held in past, maybe you were the school captain, sports captain or class representative in like during your graduation or post graduation, or any other situation where you acted as a leader, where you took that position. You can mention that as well. You're part of any committee or you hosted any event or anything related to that. You were a captain of any team, your school sports team or any leadership position. It will help you, because they might ask questions around that. Then you should mention your strengths, and like you should be ready with your strengths. And also you should not mention your weaknesses uh, like directly, but if they ask anything, then explain your weakness in such a way that you also tell them that how are you working on it to recover from it, so to overcome it. So for example, you mentioned anything, so you can add that okay, I practice meditation, or I'm into yoga, so that I can overcome that weakness of mine. So that remedy is important, that how are you working on your weakness, they might ask. And hobbies, you should be prepared with your hobbies, and you should know what has that hobby taught you. So you need to mention that. For example, if you are a sports person, you can tell them that sports has taught me discipline, focus, sportsmanship. It is very important. And maybe if you're a dancer, you can tell them that you have learned a lot of grace and discipline from your dance, a lot of hard work you have learned from your dance or sports or any other thing, any other hobby that you know. Maybe if you're a writer, you can mention that it has helped you in becoming a more creative person, and um, becoming a more focused person, and any other point that you feel is important, you can mention. Then apart from all the things that I mentioned, if there's anything that you feel it is important for you to mention it, you can mention that. For example, if you work for an NGO, or you were involved in any other thing, you published a paper, you wrote a book, or any other thing that you feel is important, you can always be prepared with it. And if they ask anything, then you can mention. Also think about something that you have not mentioned in your resume, because a lot of times they ask that, tell us about something that you have not mentioned. And then you need to be ready with the next question, that why did you not mention this in your resume? Is it not important? So that could be another question. So these are few of the basic things that you need to be prepared with. They might ask, uh, they will definitely ask questions from these topics, these basic things for sure. And then any other thing that you feel is important and should be added that I did not mention, you can always be prepared with that as well. So yes, covering all this will help you in better preparation, and your research will also be done properly about the company and role and other things. Now the second thing is tailoring responses. You need to know how to change, how to tailor your responses as per the interview, as per the organization's needs. And you should use the star approach to answer your questions, mainly behavioral or situation based questions. So star technique is situation, task, action, and result. So you will tell about the situation, that what happened, what was the task, you'll tell. Then what was the action that you took, how did you react, how did you performed. And then finally the result, what impact did your action bring, and how things uh, got better as because of your actions, your smartness, or your work. So this is the STAR technique: situation, task, action, and results. Now there will be a lot of times when you'll have to tailor your responses as per the job role. So whatever is the company's demand, you need to answer as per that. So be ready with that. And then practicing is important, giving mock interviews, talking in front of the mirror, talking to your friends, like giving interviews to them, and recording yourself, and then seeing what mistakes are you making, and then learning from there. So yes, practicing and mock interviews. And then next thing, focus on your, like, keep a check on your body language while speaking, maintain eye contact, good gestures, posture, and work on your communication skills. I have uploaded a video, so you can watch that, how to become a good public speaker. That might help you a little bit. And then handling anxiety. So practice meditation, practice breathing exercises, have positive affirmations, think that you can do it and you will be able to do it. So just don't devalue, demean yourself, and have that confidence and faith in yourself that yes, I can do it, and you will definitely be able to do it. So yes, and now if I talk about the mindset shift, it is very important to change your mindset and take your rejections as a feedback, working on those, and taking them as an opportunity to grow and perform better, to keep on upgrading and improving yourselves. And learning from your failures is very important, instead of treating it as a failure and sitting and just thinking bad about it. No, you have to learn and keep on growing from there. So yeah, towards the end, I would like to say that a lot of times we feel that this particular thing, this particular company was good for us, this particular role was good for us, but we don't get it, and then we are a little sad about it. But just remember this, that something better might be waiting for us. And like it happened with me as well, there were few instances where I felt that okay, this thing was meant for me. But later on I got something better. So just do your part, just be prepared, and work hard, and leave the rest. Whatever is in your destiny, whatever is meant for you, you'll definitely get it. And every company is looking for a particular kind of a person, and if you are that person, definitely that company will take you. Otherwise you'll get your place soon. So yeah, that's all from my end for this video. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, or you can put your questions in the comment section, and I'll try to answer those. And like, share, and subscribe. We'll meet next time. Till then, bye bye.